about like how people do career selection, like how do people figure out what they want to do with their life. And for the most part, I think that like people are being really misguided. So the main problem is that most people are, if first of all, not guided to think about this question. There is like a really weird and stupid and asinine assumption that people will figure it out on their own. Um, and it is not something that I think, generally speaking, you can figure out without a lot of context. You need to explore the world. You need to have like a lot of understanding of yourself and also like what is out there before you can start to make an informed decision about what you want to do with your life. And yeah, okay, so I did a little bit of research for this topic, but for the most part, the research just affirmed what I was already thinking and believing, which is that like like I did a little bit of research. One guy, Adam Savage, I watched a video about his advice. He said like you should introspect and think about things that you care about, and I think that's good advice. I watched another video, Hank Green. He said that you should like not follow your passions, you should follow your tools. I also think that might be good advice. I'm not really sure what he means by that, but for the most part, I think it is true that like it's probably better to guide people towards like having some kind of substance rather than pursuing passion and not having any substance at all. Like if you are a passionate artist but you're not making any money, I think it's better for your life to have some money first and then be an artist rather than be a starving artist from the beginning. It's just a much more advantageous to be place to be. But the real problem is that the way that this conversation is had, if it is had at all, is often very much sort of geared towards like employment instead of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship seems to be completely left out of the equation. People aren't talking about the fact that you don't have to be an employee. You could be you could be a business owner and not just like a business owner like Robert Kiyosaki talks about. You know, like if you have a business that is like your work, then it's just a job. But if you have a business that that you're working on instead of in, then it can be like a vehicle that like takes you higher and enables your life to be much more. And that is what I'm talking about. And that is also that is just like does not seem to be part of the conversation. Financial literacy and also like helping people to get out of the rat race does not seem to be a part of the conversation of like what do you want to do with your life, because almost everybody is being funneled into the rat race, like intentionally, it seems, like because it's just not part of the conversation that you can do anything else. Um, so that's probably the most disturbing thing. I think that if I was going to have kids, I would think a lot about like the debt that I owe to them to pass on my knowledge about how to live well, which I think for somehow is not something that most people are thinking about. Like most people think like, you know, like your kids will figure it out on their own for some reason, or I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many problems we are responsible to solve for our kids. But I definitely think that there are a lot of problems we could solve for our kids, and it wouldn't even be very difficult. We just need to just organize and pass on the information. And it doesn't seem to be happening from most angles. Like I think the conversation is not being had like, and it should be. What are the things that you are most suited to do in life? Everybody's suited for different things, but what are the most things that are things that you are most suited for, the things that you would enjoy, that also fall in that cross section of things that make a lot of money and also enable you to escape the rat race of perpetual employment. And that way of thinking is simple and yet like entirely absent from the conversation. Nobody seems to be talking about it. Nobody seems to be thinking about it, and it doesn't make any sense. Because like it might be that some people are only suited for things that do not make money, and but I just don't really believe that that's true. Like it's like, are there people who are not suited for like understanding like how to read, you know, or how to discipline themselves to learn and be minimally educated? Like I don't know, like financial literacy concepts are usually not even that complicated. They're just um, They're just like for some reason only being transferred to people who are like wealthy or their children, and not to everyone else. It's not secret information. There seems to be like a dramatic um, mismatch in values. Like a lot of smart people seem not to care about the things that are most important in life. It's really weird. The more I see it, the more I think that I don't like it, and I wouldn't want that for my kids, and I wouldn't want that for anyone's kids. I don't know why it's like the norm is so shitty when it wouldn't even take that much of a change in order to adjust the status quo. But yeah. Um, okay. Look at this view. Look how good it is. Wow. Oh my God. Look how good the view is. It just keeps going and going and going and going. I'm gonna do another one of these. All right. Let's see. Do, 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 do.